Hi, we are Group 3, and this is the final productivity project presentation for Construction 540. In this presentation, I will be going over work activity analysis, 5-minute rating and crew balance, work process layout and workflow map, and safety observations. Our project takes place at Mesa Community College in Mesa, Arizona. It is a joint venture between SD Crane and Core Construction. The project's start date is March 2014 and it is expected to finish by February 2015. The total budget for this project is $17 million. The project is to be completed in 3 phases. Phase 1 and Phase 2 are to renovate existing buildings into new lab and research space along with new faculty offices. Phase 3 is a brand new building that will serve as a new student portal for the school and will hold a student lounge along with a new student orientation center. Our group had 954 observations for activity analysis. Of this, we determined that 27% of these observations related to direct work. One point of improvement we had would be to reduce the amount of time workers spent traveling, which accounted for 16% of our observations. A few ways we could do this would be to establish a secondary staging area closer to the site, putting toolboxes closer, and having plans within reach of the workers. Our 5-minute rating observed a group of workers framing a wall. The workers included were a stud mover, a metal stud preparer, an installer, and a scissor lift installer. The total effectiveness for this crew was 58%. This process flowchart illustrates the long distances that needed to be traveled between the workers, their materials, and then the actual site that they were working on. Our crew balance and 5-minute rating analysis looked to improve upon the activity of the framing installation. These 4 crew members were responsible for transporting materials and building walls according to plan. This graph illustrates the 5-minute rating of the crew framing the wall. In this graph, the blue area shows the time spent waiting, and the gray area shows the time directly working on the project. This crew spent 51% of the time directly working. Our crew balance analysis, option 1, was to more evenly distribute the work out between the 4 workers. This resulted in an increase to 68% direct work by the crew. Our crew balance analysis, option 2, was to eliminate the position of the stud preparer and distribute his portion of the work amongst the other 3 crew members. This led to less time being wasted and an increase of 75% direct work being completed. Lean construction methods that were utilized on site were using a pull-driven schedule that looked 6 weeks ahead, reducing variability in labor productivity, improving workflow reliability, eliminating waste, and simplifying the operation. Core Construction really stressed safety on their job sites. The first time we went, we had to do a safety orientation with the superintendent, and anytime we were on the job site, we needed to have the proper protective equipment, which included steel-toed boots, hard hat, plastic safety glasses, jeans, and a reflective safety vest. They had vests, glasses, and hard hats for visitors in the trailer. When on the job site, we observed a few safety violations, one of which was an uncovered hole that a column was to be placed into later. By OSHA standards, a hole is anything larger than 2 by 2 inches. So in this image, we can see the hole was covered with plywood, but not completely. And then the plywood wasn't anchored down by anything, so it could be kicked out of the way. And then it also had exposed rebar coming out of it that somebody could trip or cut themselves on, or even worse, fall on. The rebar should be capped or bent back into the hole, and the piece of plywood should have the word hole spray painted on top of it to alert people of what's underneath. This concludes our presentation. Thank you.